Here we go on a Wednesday morning. You hear the music. Time for your Berkshire Hathaway bi-weekly podcast. He's just itching to get on, too. He's here, realty expert Adam Helgeson. We'll talk with him right after this.
What would the world look like if you sold your house today? Maybe you'd move to a new city or a new country. Maybe you'd pick up birding or birdies. You could get into wine. Not that into wine. Or skiing. Warmer skiing. Or maybe you'd spend more time doing nothing at all. When you're ready for whatever comes next, we'll be ready to help you get there. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services.
All right, here he is. He is back. Realty expert Adam Helgeson. Do you have the itch?
I do.
All right, yeah. How you doing, man?
I am doing great.
Good. Been a while.
It has. Yes.
Seems like it's fall this morning.
Yeah.
Which I hate, the F word.
You know it's chilly when Adam pulls out the pants for the first time of the year.
Yeah, I couldn't do it yet.
I have not worn pants since like April.
Yeah, I couldn't do it yet, and I've been bitching about it the whole morning. Now I'm cold.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
wow.
wear when I walked in.
Yeah.
I should have worn pants.
I know. Well, I got arthritis in my knees so bad. So, but if they're cold, I'm suffering the whole day. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yep.
So you walked in this morning. You said, we're going to do two parts. We're going to do part one today. We're going to do part two on Friday. First time home buyers roadmap part one.
Grand Forks edition.
Grand Forks edition. I should write that down.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
So part one,
Okay.
episode one, right?
Okay.
We're going to talk about getting ready and getting approved.
Okay. Getting ready and getting approved. Okay.
Yeah. Buying your first home in Grand Forks doesn't have to be scary, or even anywhere. So this is technically Grand Forks edition, but it counts like all of kind of North Dakota. So we're gonna break it down step by step.
Okay.
Because it's people get like nervous and like, holy Christ, buying a house is scary. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, for the first time, it is scary. I mean, you're probably making the biggest investment you've ever made in your life. I mean, you can do this stuff in your sleep now.
it could be. I bought my first house when I was 25. Mm-hmm. I'm on my sixth now. You know what I mean? And I've met people like in their 60s who are like, gosh, I might make an adult decision and actually buy my first house. And I'm like, what?
Do you remember how much you paid for your first house?
$108,000.
Wow. Okay. All right.
Yeah. It was down in Wilmer, Minnesota.
Okay.
What the heck was it? 2-bed, 2-bath, tuck under garage. It was a nice little place. I sold it. What did I do? I fixed it up, re-sided it, and I sold it for like $146 or something.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah, not bad.
Sure.
But the step one is determining, are you ready? Right? Are you ready to buy? So there's little things that go into this, right? A big one is budgeting.
Okay.
People don't know, like they're like, oh, well, I can afford, a house, but they think of just they go on the mortgage calculator and they look at the principal and interest, right? So they're like, well, that's the same as my rent, okay? But with home ownership, there's more to it than just rent.
Yes, there is.
Right? You some of the rentals here in town, they cover heat, garbage, right? So you have all the utility costs. It's up to you to maintain it. So now, you're worried about snow removal, lawn care, if something with the house breaks, right? So there's a little more budgeting that goes in when owning a house. Then two, your credit score plays into it.
Yeah.
I can't believe how many people have lower credit scores that I talk to. Like, financially we could make it, but my credit score is like a 510. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
What would you do? Like, nothing. Just haven't really built credit.
Yeah,
I'm like,
haven't tried.
Yep. So your credit score plays a big factor in there, because even when you're thinking of budgeting, did you know now even your car insurance is based on your credit score?
Really? I had no idea.
Yep. Because the car insurance companies are now like, well, people with better credit scores probably are more responsible, so they're more likely to drive safer.
Well, now, what about past records? People that are 60 years old that have never had a speeding ticket, if they don't have the credit score that some young punk has, then they
There's
get
a
better.
there's a lot of factors that get into it, but
Okay.
I'm just saying credit score plays a factor in more than just
Okay.
loans and stuff in
Okay.
your life, right?
All
So
right.
pay attention to that credit score. And then a lot of things that banks look at, especially when it comes to mortgages, your debt to income ratio.
Okay.
All right. So what that means is they'll take your monthly pay and then they'll subtract all of your debts, right? Car payment, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff. And in your mortgage payment in there, right?
Okay.
And a lot of times they'll be like, okay, well, it has to be 40%, right? So if all of your debt, including your mortgage, is over 40%, your debt to income ratio is too high, so you have to lower your purchase price to fit into that debt to income ratio.
Sure.
Because they don't want you to be, you're approved. Like in 2008, they were approving everyone, but you may be at an 80% debt to income ratio. So that means when you get paid, 80% of your finances go to debt.
Yeah.
So you
Gonzo.
live on 20% of your paycheck. Right?
Tough to do.
Well,
It can be done.
it depends upon what your salary is.
Well, that's
right?
true. Yeah. Yeah.
If you're making $20,000 a month, you could probably still
Maybe
live it.
by. Yeah. I'd really have to tighten my belt loops, though. Yeah. Mhm.
But that's where, if you're making $20,000 a month and 80% of it goes to debt, you're doing something wrong anyway.
Yeah. Jeez, I guess.
But different types of loans too have different debt to income ratios. You know
Sure.
what I mean? Because like the VA doesn't really have a debt to income ratio, but yet they look at what is, like we were just talking about, based on how much you have left to live on. If that's important to know. Now, rule of thumb: rent versus mortgage in Grand Forks. I mean, it's depending upon what you're looking at. Rent in Grand Forks is nuts.
Oh, I know it is.
It's stupid high.
Yeah.
But the reason they're getting by with that is because we do not have enough single family homes, and we don't have enough not lower income, but like starter homes in Grand Forks.
Yeah.
So people are like, well, I kind of have to rent. I kind of have to pay $1,500 a month for a little 2-bedroom apartment. Right. But just keep in mind, like I talked about too with the budgeting, when you're looking at mortgage payments, okay, look at the principal and interest, right? But then also factor in your escrow account. And what the escrow account is once you close on a home, you pay one payment.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Let's say it's $1,500 a month. Okay. Out of that $1,500 a month, $1,000 might be going to your principal and interest.
Yeah.
That other $500 goes into your escrow account. Mm-hmm. And what that escrow account is, it's like a savings account for you. And what it is the bank's way to cover their ass.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
The bank pays your homeowner's insurance every year to make sure that their investment is insured. So if it burns down, you're covered.
Yep.
And they use that money to pay your property taxes every year.
Sure.
Because the bank wants to cover their ass and make sure the government doesn't take their asset. Mm-hmm. Okay. But a lot of these mortgage calculators online don't cover the escrow.
Okay.
So, and that's where Grand Forks too, with some of these newer homes, the special assessments add into that as well. Right. So there's lots of different things going into that.
Okay.
The biggest thing to do before you even start looking at homes is get that pre-approval letter. Talk to your lender. I recommend local lenders because there's programs out there like North Dakota Housing's first-time homebuyer program. You can only use that if you use a bank that has a brick-and-mortar store or location in the state of North Dakota.
Okay.
So these online lenders, if you're a first-time homebuyer, they cannot offer you the North Dakota Housing. And you can get, right now, the North Dakota Housing rates, VA is at 5.9. The North Dakota Housing is like 5.5.
Oh, wow.
So it can save you a nice chunk of change.
Yeah.
And they have startup funds available. So if you're doing a first-time homebuyer, conventional or FHA, you can combine that with everything. You can even combine a North Dakota homebuyer with VA. Okay? You can either take the lower rate or you can take a little bit higher rate that's still lower than normal, and they will give you 3%, up to 3% to cover your down payment.
Oh, okay. All right.
And that's free grant money. Mm-hmm. So as long as you live in that house 8 years, you don't have to pay it back.
Okay. All right.
So there's things with that.
And these are things nobody's ever going to know about unless they talk to somebody like you.
Correct.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Getting that process going, getting that pre-approval. And just because the bank pre-approves you for $300,000 doesn't mean we need to spend $300,000.
Yeah.
You know what I
You
mean?
still need to live. Yeah, I got a nice house. Can't eat. Can't drive anywhere.
I'll have Italian seasoned ramen tonight. Tomorrow I'll have Cajun ramen. You know what I mean? That's kind of what you're doing.
Like college, mix two together and get real crazy.
Hey, I was going to bake my own cookbook with what you could cook in a coffee pot. You can make ramen.
Yep.
You can put your salmon fillet in the coffee pot with your broccoli up top, and when it brews through the filter, it steams your broccoli, and then it goes down and cooks. I mean, you can do a lot.
It's like
of stuff.
101 ways to make venison.
Yeah, kind of right in a cheap little coffee pot. But finding the right loan, finding the right lender, you can shop around for lenders. Once you apply for that mortgage, right? You have like 45 days to shop lenders, and it's not going to affect your credit score.
Okay. Okay.
So shop around for lenders. It's like shopping for a car, right? The rate might be, one lender might say, hey, I can get you a lower rate. Okay, but what are your fees? Are they, one might have a little higher rate and you're paying $6,000 in closing costs. And you're like, oh, this bank can get me a point lower, but your closing costs are $15,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're using that $9,000 extra in closing costs to buy down the points, which this one could have done too.
Yep.
So make sure you're comparing apples to apples and know what you're looking at,
Yes.
which a lot of people don't.
Yep.
Okay. So research your options, whether you qualify for FHA, which is the first time home buyers. If you're a veteran or spouse of a veteran or whatever, you might qualify for a VA loan, which is, quite popular in Grand Forks. The nice thing about the VA is you don't pay your primary mortgage insurance.
Okay.
There is a VA funding fee, right? Every time you use it, but unless you have 10% disability, then it goes away.
Okay.
All right. Another nice one is a USDA loan, which is also a zero down home loan that you can use, but it cannot be used in Grand Forks proper. It's made for rural development. So you can use it in the small towns around here.
Sure.
You can use it in East Grand Forks.
Okay.
You can just not use it in Grand Forks because the population's too big, but that is also a zero down home loan. So make sure you find lenders that are certified with the North Dakota Housing, right? Because they will look at all your options. It's nice to find lenders that are paid by salary, not on commission, because some of the lenders, if they may make $3,000 to get you in a conventional loan, but if they push you into an ARM, fixed or adjustable rate mortgage or something, they might make more money.
Sure.
Not saying local lenders will do that, right? Because all of our local lenders I've worked with are awesome.
Yeah.
But just be cautious. They are out there.
I mean, should bankers make, money on something like that? Should they get a cut?
Well, I mean,
isn't that their job?
it is, but just like car salesmen or like any type of thing, right? You can, let's say maybe you sell a new truck instead of a car, you get an extra bonus or whatever.
Sure,
It's the
sure,
same,
okay.
same way. You know what I mean?
okay.
If you help the bank make this much money in interest, you know what I mean?
Oh,
You're
yeah,
good.
okay.
So, and that was a big thing in like the 2008 crash. If you did any research then, these lenders, not necessarily up here, just across the nation, were pushing people. They didn't care about their debt to income ratio. They didn't care about anything. They were pushing them into loans, and they were pushing them into like adjustable rate mortgages and stuff like that. And with the adjustable rate mortgage, you're locked in for like 3 years, and then it can jump or fluctuate based on what it is. And all of a sudden, bam, 3 years later, rates skyrocket or whatever, and now you can't afford your payment. And I've seen that around here too, not by lenders, but by agents pushing people into new homes, right? Brand new construction. They have a 2-year tax abatement, and then their specials are deferred. And all of a sudden, a year or two later, those taxes kick into full.
Yeah.
Those specials hit, and now their payment goes up by $700-800 a month, and they're like, "We can't afford this.
Can't do it."
Right? Like, did you have that conversation with your client before you sold them this house? Right? Those type of scenarios. So,
And I'm sure there are people that don't have that conversation.
there are many that don't have that conversation.
Now, I did want to ask, and I kind of mentioned it before, but when you're talking about lenders to find out about all of these little hidden things, or that could be hidden depending on who talks about it. Now, that's all stuff that as a realty expert. So, and again, I always go to this. It boils down to getting a hold of you guys first, really.
Yeah, I mean, it does. Yeah, find an agent that you know and trust, right? Also, with agents, interview us.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
I laugh my ass off when I see on Rants, Raising Reviews any local recommendations for a good realtor, and it's like my cousin's a realtor.
Yeah,
Oh, this
yeah.
guy did me great. Well, just because they worked great for one person doesn't mean they're going to fit with your needs, right?
Sure.
Do your own research. Find a couple agents that you find reputable and interview them.
Okay.
Sit down with them.
Sure.
Go and whether you hire me or not, like I don't care, right? I have enough clients. I would love to help you. I'm going to steer you the right way, but you know what I mean. My thing is I get my military pension, so I don't need to sell a house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I am here to help make the process easier and make sure you don't get screwed over. And I'm not here to push you into the first house you look at and upsell you anything.
You want them to be happy.
Exactly. I have one client we've looked at in the last 3 weeks. I bet you we've looked at 18 different houses going all over the place. And
Yeah.
it's just like, this isn't fit. No, this is an issue, So with first-time home buyers, it's imperative you get the data and know what you're getting into. So, local experience matters.
Sure.
Very
Absolutely.
much so.
Absolutely.
Knowing where the rentals are, you know what I mean? We can't steer you in one direction, but we can give you the stats of the neighborhoods and that type of stuff.
and
So,
that is very important to know.
yeah. So part one, now that you're pre-approved and know your options, next episode, we'll dive into actually finding a home, making offers, inspections, and the final stretch.
All right, and we will do that on Friday. There you go, realty expert Adam Helgeson. First-time home buyers roadmap, part 1 in the books. How does somebody get a hold of realty expert Adam Helgeson?
The best way is my cell phone, which is 701-317-1750. You can check out my website, homesbyhelgeson.com, or call any of us real estate experts over at Berkshire Hathaway at 701-746-0303.
All right, perfect. We have got part 2 coming up on Friday. Till then, it's your Berkshire Hathaway bi-weekly podcast, your Wednesday edition. We'll catch you all on Friday.